Hello and welcome to this video. In this anime we dive into the world of Violet. She is wounded in the hospital because she was injured by the war. During the war she lost her hands. The hands were then replaced with metal prostheses. Since she is no longer usable as a soldier, she is taken to a family friend, for she no longer had any of her own. There she is hired by Hodgins Letter Company. The first days she has to sort letters there. After she has mastered this, she must also deliver them. A few days later, Violet wants to become an autonomous correspondence assistant. These are people who write letters for money. In an intermediate scene, we see Violet's major die. But before he dies, he confesses his love for her. Only Violet is someone who cannot understand feelings at all. That's why she decides to learn more about feelings. In the next time she tries to write the first letter, but she succeeds very badly. This is mainly due to the fact that she cannot understand the feelings of the customers. In order to understand them better, she takes part in a special training. In this training, the graduates get a badge, which automatically gives them more prestige. During this training she meets Leidenschaftlich. They become good friends during the time. After the training was over, everyone from the course managed to achieve this badge. The only one who didn't make it was Violet. This made her very sad. Leidenschaftlich noticed this, which is why she wants to distract Violet. In order to do that, the friends spend time together. In the evening, Leidenschaftlich asks Violet to write a letter to her brother. The next morning, Leidenschaftlich shows this letter to the teacher. The letter was so well written that the teacher gives her the badge. Because of this badge, Violet also gets more requests for her letters. After a while, she has to go on a trip with Iris. Iris is another of Hodgins' employees, and Violet has to go with her because Iris has broken her arm. Her assignment is to write a letter for Iris's birthday party. Since the assignment came from Iris' own family, the family wants to marry Iris off. But she doesn't want that because she wants to continue writing letters for others. Because if she gets married, she has to stay there for life. Because of this, Violet writes a letter for her parents. The parents saw the letter and accepted her decision. In the next few days, Violet also gets the next order. This order comes from the royal court. There she meets the Princess Charlotte. She wants to write a love letter for another prince. This love letter was so well written that both royal houses united. This was something very special for Violet, because she had extreme problems with feelings before. Furthermore, Violet must continue to write letters for the princess. Only the princess quickly realizes that the letters from the prince are written by someone else. This made the princess very sad. Therefore, Violet goes to Akara, who writes the letters from the prince. After a while, the two of them start writing their letters themselves. This made the princess fall in love even more. In the end, the planned wedding took place. After a while she gets an assignment in an observatory. There she has to work together with Leon. Leon, just like Violet, has no parents. While the two work together, Leon tells her the complete story of his parents. His parents just left him at home and never showed up again. Before the two said goodbye, a comet appeared which only appears once in a lifetime. In the meantime, Violet gets more and more requests. The next order comes from Oscar Webster. He is a playwright who retired due to the death of his wife and daughter. However, after deciding to write his very first children's play to dedicate to his daughter, he entrusts Violet to put his ideas on paper. After writing the story, she also sets out to return. When she returns, she learns that her major has died. Violet thought all along that he was still alive. This was also the reason why she wanted to learn how it feels to love someone. Since the last time they met, he confessed his love to her. In a flashback, we see how the two came together. We learn that Violet was already a killing machine at the age of 10. Violet could do nothing but kill at that age. That's why she was forced to join the war. The Major tried to prevent this, but the army forced him to do it. Together they had to go to the front. During an operation, she loses her hands. When they escaped from a building together, the building collapsed. That was also the reason why the Major died, because he pushed Violet away so that the building would not fall on her, but on him, since he loved her and only ever wanted to protect her. After Violet learned the truth about the Major, she also stopped coming to work. After that, she also realized everything she had done in the war, how many countless people she killed. She also doesn't want to write any more letters, because she only did that to understand the Major's words. Only this one has died. A few hours later, she receives a letter. This letter is from the other postal workers, because they would like to see Violet again in the post office. Shortly thereafter, she also decided to return. There, Luculia's brother was waiting for her, who wanted to send a letter to his sister. Without further ado, she also wrote the letter. The next morning she returned to the post office. She got also directly again a new order. This time she had to write letters for a little daughter, because the mother Clara is the mother of Anne, who suffered from an incurable disease and predicted that her fate was near. Worried that her daughter would be all alone after her death, she asked Violet to write down 50 letters for Anne to be sent on her birthday each of the next 50 years. After that, she also makes her way back to the post office. In the next few days, a new order arrives. This order is in an area where there is currently a civil war going on. Hodgins didn't want anyone to take the order, but Violet ignores that and heads there. After a while he meets the soldier Aiden. He was a soldier who fought for the moderate faction of Triggle, a country that is in civil war with extremists who want to return to the war. Unsure of what to do with his money, he decided to use the services of a letter writer and commission Violet to write letters for his parents and his lover Maria before his death. After writing them, she sets off on her return journey. To get back home, she is taken on an airplane. While she was in the air, she saw the Major's brother. For this reason, she decided to get off there. The brother was on his way together with the postal workers to make a peace treaty between the warring parties. But this peace did not want a small troop. This small troop attacked the platoon of them. Violet and the brother of the Major opposed them. The troop started shooting at Violet. During the gun battle, she loses an arm, but together they managed to defeat them. Before the last one died, he told her that there were bombs at the bridge. One of the bombs destroyed Benedict. The other destroyed Violet, where she also lost her second arm. Then before she falls off the bridge, she is saved by Benedict. After that, the train was also saved. After a few hours, the peace negotiations also began and the war was finally over. The next day she met the Major's mother. Together they talk about him. The mother says to her that he will never die because he is in our heart. At the end of the anime, Violet writes a very last letter to the Major. Now that she has understood what feelings are and how she feels about the Major. This is also the end of the anime. I hope you liked the detailed summary. Feel free to leave a like or comment, so you would support me very much.